Whoa. Welcome back to the Cult of Cinema 2020. If I sound a bit off tonight, that's because I came down with a pretty bad cold. Though I did promise through Twitter and Instagram and even Facebook that I would be making a video either tonight or tomorrow night. Worried that my voice will be totally gone by tomorrow. Not lying, I'm actually concerned about that right now. I decided that, hey Kat, welcome back, man. Hey Joseph, I am back tonight with the Cult of Cinema. And what you're seeing right here is the newest little prop for the cult. So basically, hey Emily, welcome. It has been. I've gotten back from Morocco. I'll tell you guys about my trip. This one is 5 from Fulci, and basically there's a reason for that. Thank you. When I'm feeling sick, when I'm feeling crappy, one of the things that I kind of, hey Brian, how's it going? It was fantastic, and I'll let you know all about it. Hey Greg, man, gotta have the Ultimate Warrior, man. I go towards the giallo, and I specifically go towards a lot of times Fulci because I find his stuff kind of fun to watch when I'm not feeling well. Hey Indy, welcome. So, first things first. The Clockwork Orange. I found this shirt actually just before I left. Hey Jake. Hey Sinister. Actually, I bought like a whole new wardrobe thing before I left to Morocco. So I was in Morocco for 10 days, for those that are unaware, and I got to see. Actually, I'm going to talk about that Ragman because Sarah at midnight did a really good unboxing of it, which I recommend you guys check out. By the way, thanks, Cindy. I love the movie, and I saw the shirt. And I could not pass it up. So, spawned on by probably the two releases that I want more than anything else right now down the road. They're both by Blue Underground. The new New York Ripper 3-disc edition that came out, and the new House by the Cemetery, beautiful 3-disc edition that came out, which, by the way, is one of my favorite movies. It's in my top 10 movies of all time. I wanted to talk about Fulci. He's my comfort guy, kind of my comfort food. One of the people that I listen, kind of like, when I said I watch Doctor Who sometimes when I'm alone and all that type of stuff. Hey Dave, welcome, man. But so what I did when I was over there, I was over in Morocco for 10 days. I went to the Medina and I was picking up some stuff for some coworkers here. And I found this. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of like a little letter opener. And I thought, since you have movie channels, and they'll have and they have little things that opens up, like when somebody sends them a package or something like that, they have like their knife or whatever. I thought, since this is the Cult of Cinema, that we should go with a cult-like saber device for opening up packages that I get come. So what do you think? I'm actually kind of in love with this thing. So, I'm a big kid. I had to grab this. So, I know I have something coming from John that's really kind of cool, and I have something coming, I think, in about a week or so from Kathy as well, and I'll be opening it up with this right here. And I won a contest too on Facebook. I won a free Blu-ray, which is always a good thing. And I'll be opening up that on here as well. All right. Fulci or Morocco first? You want to talk about Morocco first? So, it was altogether probably around 18 hours with the flight and the in-between in getting to Morocco. I got there, and my luggage was the last luggage. I'm not now hyperbole or anything like that. My luggage was literally the last luggage that came out. I was exhausted. My, there's like really good security in the Moroccan airport, uh, which some people I saw there found quite annoying. But honestly, if you're going through an airport, you want it to be safe, right? So nobody can come in. Like when you're getting your luggage, like they can't come and meet you at the luggage gate or anything like that. No, you get your luggage and then the luggage is scanned even before you go out as well. Uh, God, something like 8 hours I think from where I'm at. So it was a huge time zone difference. I was jet lagged for the first day I was there. So I meet Hind outside. Um, Guy comes and helps me with the luggage. It's very different there. Basically, it's kind of a there's a tip type of culture. You go, with luggage, and kind of driving your car in. There's always somebody there for that. Um, so I go and finally see my condo for the very first time, and I completely fall in love with it right away. It's just a modest condo. It's 2 stories, and it's two bedrooms, like the main bedroom and the guest bedroom, 3 bathrooms, you know, one for each bedroom and one in the downstairs area. We have like a huge like living room area where all my movies will be placed, along with my TV, which I'll have to buy over there, and I have a nice like kitchen area with an island, and kind of like an outside patio place where we have workers right now kind of doing a grill and putting panels there, for protection. You want someone to be able to come in and jump over your patio area and like kind of jimmy your lock or anything like that. I don't want that anywhere. So we're going with security there. Well, we both do, I guess. Like this is kind of both of ours. If there's anything here that's really more her than me, it would be like stuff like the Lord of the Rings stuff, some of the animation that she has, like that Disney stuff there. Hell, I moved my movie collection. I've already started on it, actually. I apologize right now because I'm a little sick, so I may have to go to frame every once in a while. But so that, once we start moving the whole thing, I'm gonna probably put most of it in cases, with 400 cases, and we're hoping, Ragman, if everything goes well, don't have to jinx anything, but we would hope to be within 4 to 6 months is what our goal is, but within the year at least. It's different. For me, I'll be teaching some English there. I've put a proposal out to a couple places to actually teach some film classes as well. So, yep, that soon. Of course, I'm Canadian. I'm born in Canada. I'm not going to miss this weather right now, I'll tell you that much. But more so than anything else, it's like there's certain things here. Like I'm learning French right now, and don't know very much. Je m'appelle Aaron. That I can tell you. But oh yeah, there's Canadians, like expats from France. Like Morocco has a lot of different people in, and right now it's a bit of a different time. There's Newfoundland is getting hit insanely hard. Emily, my family, my mom is and my cousin are both in St. John's right now, and I guess you've seen it on the news that they're looking to get like something, or at the last time I checked, around 70 to 80 centimeters of snow. There was even like an area that in the Battery area that got hit with an actual kind of an avalanche already. So I told my mom, make sure she has everything to stay inside, stay warm, stay safe, and don't venture out no matter what, unless she really, really needs to. And I'll be keeping in contact with her and keeping up with her. I will still be doing videos. We will have fiber optic internet over there. That's over in Morocco as well. Though I'll have a bigger area for Indy's right about that. You get used to the going back and forth. I'll be coming back here like around twice a year, at the very least, because Canada's it's my birthplace. My kids are here. A lot of my family's here, so we'll be coming back to visit. Like I'll be coming back twice a year. My better half we come back probably around once a year, and my main traveling points are probably going to be like once I go Morocco, coming back to Canada to see my family, going to London to shop for my movies, that type of thing. So that's what our plans are right now. I'm doing a proposal for some film classes that I'm hoping to do while I'm over there, to teach and show films to two different age groups. I have different classes based on the different age groups that I'm looking at. So that's going to be exciting. I'll be able to take my love of cinema and hopefully, aside from passing it on here, passing it on there as well. Thanks. It's a dream of mine. So I got over there and I knew I had the opportunity to move into like a teaching field, and I thought, what best way can I utilize and give back? And cinema tends to be my thing. So I thought I looked at some stuff for like a younger age group, because there is a boarding school that I'm looking at hopefully do like teaching some English at. I want to show them some films as well, and I want to show them stuff that I think are going to hopefully spark their interest and their excitement. They do actually have a lot of tea there. I'll actually be the professor then, Kat. So that's what I do. But which is ironic. There's an irony to that. I've grown up with teachers, around teachers my entire life, and to be able to give back. Hey, B movie. To that. So the hobbling around that you're seeing me right now, I remember when just before I left here, I was hobbling around. I went to the doctor, and I found out that I have tendonitis, got it pretty bad. So I'm taking medication for that, and I'm on this kind of like kind of Voltaren-y type stuff, but I may be moving into more of a bio-freeze so that it's not so hard. So basically, anytime that you are going to teach anything, especially into a new area, what you do first is you set up a proposal of what you want to teach, what you want to show, and because and you bring that to the board there. So I know people, my better half knows people on certain boards. Like I said, I don't think any of them. So like in the boarding house, like we're looking at kids between like 9 and 12 type age for that one. So what I'll be doing there, what I'm hoping to do is to start it with anyway, is I want to do laughter, the universal language, and I'm going to be showing some silent cinema, including I'm looking at Mon Oncle, Jack Tati, and pairing that against the second showing for Modern Times with Charlie Chaplin. And if you've seen both those films, then you know that they both deal with modernization. I'm getting in some Buster Keaton. I'm going to be doing the short 1 week, and which is a fantastic Buster Keaton film, by the way, and a Chaplin short called The Immigrant as well. So no Giallos for the kiddies. Playtime. I thought about Playtime. It's a classic, but to go up against Modern Times, like teaching, not just like kind of like the slapstick kind, but teaching the modernization. Safety Last is definitely a thought, but I'm putting them in certain brackets, and I won't be doing just like silent cinema. I'm putting towards hopefully a group of university. And one of the first things that I will be looking at there are thrillers, and both of them deal with a different way with horror and with infidelity, and that will be Henry Georges Clouseau's Le Diabolique and Claude Chabrol's excellently underrated La Femme Infidèle. So those two, I kind of want to put up against them, against each other as well. And there's a great dichotomy to both of those films. Le Diabolique deals with an unfaithful husband and what happens with him, and how how his wife reacts and his mistress. La Femme Infidèle, of course, deals with an unfaithful wife, and how the husband reacts to it, and the outcomes of both scenarios. So I thought that, in my opinion, I thought that would make for an interesting cinematic excursion over a basically a kind of a 4-week period. Kind of show the films 1 week, 1 break, then show the next film. Death Machine, Candy Tangerines, man, They Cook. Oh, dude, you got some good stuff. I actually have. It's been a long time ago. The remake is the one with Chaz Palminteri for Le Diabolique, right? It's just called Diabolic. I actually have it here on a 4-pack. I actually bought the 4-pack primarily for that film because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I haven't seen it since it originally came out, and that would have been back in the days of VHS, so I really haven't gone back and rewatched it. I know that I want to show some fantasy films to the younger kids, so I looked around for Harryhausen, and unfortunately, I got all those indicators back there, but not one of them has like French, like either soundtrack or subtitling at all. Luckily, I picked up a Harryhausen set about a couple years back, and it had like 4 films on it. Maybe not so much Lord of the Rings as much as like I just want to get them introduced. Like Lord of the Rings is a bit more heady, but to get them introduced into into kind of the world of fantasy and the world of stop motion and that kind of thing. So I'm going to do the 7 Voyages of Sinbad, and hold on, I'll show you what I mean. And this will explain something as well. Now, over in North America, especially in America, now you don't see French like dubbing or subtitling as much anymore. You see it become more Spanish, Espanol. But this set here is the only Harryhausen set that I've been able to find that actually has French on it. So this here is the Ray Harryhausen collection. So if you've ever picked this one up, then congratulations, because you picked one up which has an immense amount of fantastic subtitling and dubbing. So the good thing about this one here is, like, especially with the younger kids, maybe some younger kids, especially maybe, no matter what language they are, maybe put off by having to read the, down below. So the really neat thing about this here version of the 7th Voyage of Sinbad is that it actually comes with a 5.1 French audio of the here as well. So there's a French Dolby True HD 5.1 sound on here. So they can actually, I know this movie inside and out, and the kids can actually like watch the movie and listen to it in French, in their native language, without having to feel taken out of it. I can introduce subtitling down the road, but this is a way for them to actually listen to it, and listen to it in the way that they would be able to understand it. So never, always check when it comes to films. Like, check for things like subtitling and dubbing. You never know when that's going to come in handy. I never thought this was going to, I knew this is a fantastic set, but I never thought this was going to be something that would come in handy after I got my indicator stuff. But now this is going to be a primary teaching resource for the 7th Voyage of Sinbad, and I think it's also Earth versus the Flying Saucers also has a French language on here as well. I got to get to my. I've been 90 minutes in. I haven't even got to my Fulci yet, so I do apologize. Let me go over and get my Fulci stuff. We'll start talking Fulci, and I'll tell you a bit more about Morocco. I did a lot of eating food over there. I'm not a foodie type of person, but I miss the food of Morocco. I miss like it's hard getting back to the processed stuff when you're eating out and you're having, your tagines and you're going out and you're having like croissants and pastries and all that all the time. See, that is a cool set, and now that set's expensive, Joseph. So you made a good purchase. And of course, there's a great pub like next to our place. So we just basically, after we've had a really long day, we'll just go and we'll sit there and like we'll watch some, talk to a couple of our friends, and we'll just have a pint or two, and then we just head back to the house type of thing. So yeah, it's been very busy. I'll be right back. I'm a little sneezy. And then we'll do Fulci. So I've chosen 5 Fulci films that I that I think will represent his his filmography. I've tried not to choose a lot of the ones that you're going to see in a lot of people's. So there's no House by the Cemetery because I don't have the what I consider the Ultimate Edition yet. There's no New York Ripper. There's and there's no Beyond. So, but there are some great Fulci stuff here. Much of it that gets overlooked. So we'll do the obvious one first, and the one that I think, and this edition is probably in everybody's collection. Everybody that likes Fulci at all has a copy of this film. And this edition of this film, because it is that good, and it was that well done, and Blue Underground, giving it away right there, did an amazing job on it, and that is Zombie. So you might want to look away, Brian. But this is Zombie. It was done with like I think 3 different covers, 3 different lenticular covers. Oh, the eye injury. This is the eye injury cover, and there is a zombie face cover with with the maggots coming out of his face. I don't know if the eye injury. And there is the walking across the bridge, the infamous like the ending sequence. But you gotta admit, it is a whether you like the injury stuff or not, it is a fantastic looking cover. Now this was a well put together set with a bunch of like both new and older features on here. They have a new auto commentary with Troy Howarth, who did Splintered Visions. Auto commentary number 2 was with Ian McCulloch and Jason J. Slater. There was a interview with Stephen Thrower on here as well, who of course did Beyond Terror, his own Fulci book. That is cool, Emily. Actually, that's actually kind of cool that you got all 3. I wish I could have afforded all 3. And like there's a bunch of features on here as well. And of course there is these CD soundtrack on here as well. So I just opened it up and kind of show you guys. So this is what it looks like here. You can see kind of like there, and we'll on the inside there is an ad for Aban Press's zombie comic book. There is a great little booklet on the movie here, which is well done, and I think let's see who wrote this stuff on the booklet here. Stephen Thrower. So wow, yeah. So you're getting some good stuff here. You're getting some write up by Stephen Thrower, and Thrower is definitely one amazing when it comes to this type of stuff. As you can see here, it has the motion picture soundtrack, and it has a Blu-ray and DVD. And there is, of course, the alternate artwork, which is the original artwork for Zombie, otherwise known as Zombie 3 over in the UK. But it's always been a favorite of mine. A lot of people remember it for like Zombie versus Shark, that type of thing, right? But it's a great addition. Soundtrack is actually really good for this. I love the fact that Blue Underground has been putting out like soundtracks with their releases. I personally cannot wait to get House by the Cemetery because that's going to have an amazing soundtrack. I remember the music from that film, and I'm a sucker for these lenticular covers as well. So that's number one in my 5 Fulci. Ready for number 2. And number 2 is a more recently discovered Fulci one that I hadn't seen in a long time. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. I've probably watched this one around 6 or 7. I'm not lying. It's done around 6 or 7 times now. I really got to watch the. Is there a commentary? Yeah, I really got to listen to the commentary on this one as well. Hey, Michelle, welcome. We're talking Fulci. We just talked Zombie, and we talked a bit about like Morocco as well, where I am hoping to be living within hopefully 6 months. But then I'll have to convince some of you guys to come visit me. Take one of my film classes, that type of thing. All right, Murder Rock. So that is a gorgeous looking lenticular that they did. This one here is a movie that I did not know I needed in my life. I'd seen it like years ago, and I guess at the time maybe it didn't leave the impression on me that it would now. But this is glorious. I love this film. From like the really unique kind of camera work within the film to the music and the points where Fulci like strongly changes things up and makes like certain sequences in the film specifically look like a modern day at the time music video. Like, and that's not an aesthetic that he goes throughout the entirety of the film. It's not like a movie where you say, okay, like you see some like a Rob Zombie film or something. It's like the entire film looks like it's a music video. No, there's certain sequences in this film which do have that music video like feel and look to it, and when they do, there's a reason for it. I actually really like the music in Murder Rock. I seriously do. I like the killer reveal in this one here. I thought this was a fantastic little film. Highly, highly underrated among Fulci's work. And if you've never seen Murder Rock, you owe it to yourself to watch Murder Rock because it's really that good. And this was put out by Scorpion Releasing. They put out 2 Fulci ones around the same time. The other one is also going to be listed here as well, because they just did great stuff with it. And you're looking at a great cast. Ray Lovelock, who's one of my favorites, is in here. Claudia Casanelli is in here as well. Music by Keith Emerson. Oh, really, I gotta catch up on your stuff, man. And thank you for that, by the way. Can I convince you for Murder Rock? Cat man, Murder Rock is cool. It's fun. It's unusual, and there's definitely a lot of music in here. But if you've never seen Murder Rock, if it's one that you've been like holding back on, don't hold back anymore. Now, in a very, very different vein, in a more like kind of a serious, kind of a slower burn Fulci. And people don't usually think of Fulci as kind of being a slower burn type of director. They think he's a kind of like a throw everything out there type of guy. And it's not true when it comes to his his giallos. When it comes to more of his supernatural stuff, he really goes all out there with gore and that. But I find that with his giallos, there's even more of a subduedness and a more like kind of plot-oriented aspect to it than there is even to like to someone like Argento. And Argento knows there's the master of giallo, but Fulci is really underrated when it comes to his giallo work. And this is not quite, it's just kind of giallo, not quite. And this is The Psychic with Jennifer O'Neill. I think this is like Seven Notes in Black is the, oh no, the one you're thinking, the one in the movie theater is Demons. And that's by Lamberto Bava, which is also a very good film. We'll talk about that one sometime. It was put out by Synapse on, and it was put out by Arrow in the UK as well. So this is one here. If you're not a big fan of like in super gory films, for instance, uh, and you kind of like more of you like thrillers, this is definitely gonna be up your alley. There's a film put out kind of like, I wouldn't say it's similar to this, but where did I put the, oh maybe but it's what's it called? It's a indicator put it out, and I can't remember the name of it. It's killing me right now. But anyways, The Psychic, definitely check this one out. Uh, Great stuff on here. Again, film commentary by Troy Haworth. He's getting all over the place when it comes to this stuff. He's becoming, and there's a great interview here with Dardano Siacci, a really great interview, which I really recommend you check out, because Dardano Siacci and Lucio Fulci were collaborators, and the butted heads down the road, and kind of the parted ways. And some people found when Siacci went away from Fulci, that there was a shift in the quality of the work that Fulci did. Whether you agree with that or not, it's really interesting to hear Giordano Sadaci talk about his work with Fulci, and he has good things to say about the man, but he's honest as well, so that's always a good thing. So next up is a classic from Arrow Video, and probably one of the best giallos ever made. And that's something I say lightly, because I'm obviously a giallo fan. I love the genre, but Don't Torture Duckling. Don't Torture Duckling, aside from having an incredible cast, is an incredibly well done, dark giallo that yours is red. That's kind of cool. And if you've never seen this, it is gorgeously done. Florinda Balkan is in this one here, and her role really stands out. It's a very brave role for Florinda Balkan. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Thomas Milan is in here. The gorgeous Barbara Bachet, who has those blue eyes, that was in, of course, The Red Queen Kills Seven Times. She was in that one as well. And if you have never seen this one, do yourself a favor. Check this out. Again, as a Troy Haworth commentary, which kind of, in a way, Troy Haworth, I guess, with his Lucio Fulci commentaries, is on his way to becoming the Tim Lucas of Fulci, the way that Tim Lucas is the Tim Lucas of Mario Bava. So, but 110%, check out Don't Torture Duckling. It's a great film. And I thought I'd end the 5 from Fulci off with the funniest commentary I've ever heard. It might be Jason Goes to Hell, where the director apologizes for the film over and over again, for certain things done in the film. He keeps saying, I didn't mean to do that, I was young. I didn't mean to do that, I was young. So it kind of endears me to Adam Marcus, even though it was a film that I really didn't like. The commentary made me enjoy it more. This is the 5th one here, and does this one have a commentary by Troy Haworth? Nope. Oh, it has an interview with Stephen Thrower here. Documentaries, great stuff. If you don't have this release, this is another one, much like Murder Rock, that I recommend you pick up. Very different film than Murder Rock. Again, fantastic cast. Another great role for Florinda Balkan, who is underrated. Like, people talk about Edwidge Finch and Susie Kendall and Carol Baker and people like that when it comes to the giallo But for in the Balkan, it doesn't get mentioned enough. And if the name is like something that you think you kind of know, but you don't really know, I recommend you check out her filmography and the stuff that she's done, because she's always a standout in whatever film she's in, and I strongly recommend checking her out. I think she was actually, yeah. And here she is starring in A Lizard in a Woman's Skin. She is a scene stealer in Don't Torture Duckling. And Michelle, if you've not seen this one, she is incredible in this movie as well. And she's the star of this film. She is like no, she is like front and center. This is a cool film. Yeah, this is an amazing release of the film. There's so many good things on here. If you don't know a lot about definitely worth a rewatch. Anita Ekberg is in this one as well. Of course, she's famous for doing a lot of these films. Jane Sorrell is in this movie. A brilliant film, and it has this one kind of a hard scene to watch if you're an animal lover, but no animals were hurt. Just to let you know that ahead of time. Actually, this was given to me as a gift around a few years back for my birthday, and they actually that's what they did. They changed the cover to a green cover. Hey, Dungeon Studio. What about the Beyond? Well, Joseph, you missed the first one, right? What I tried to do here in making this video, hey Dave, welcome, thanks, was pick 5 of my favorite comfort Fulci films, but stay out of some of the trappings of what you would normally see. House by the Cemetery, New York Ripper, The Beyond, City of the Living Dead. The way that I saw it, a lot of people are going to mention Fulci, and they're going to mention that. So much like Robert Frost, when it comes to the point in the woods, I decided to take the road less traveled. That's okay. It's a good question, and that's why I decided to pick 5 that I hope that if you have seen, you might want to revisit, and if you haven't seen them, then they're definitely ones to check out. Of course, Zombie is a popular choice, just because it's such a fantastic film. So what 5 films did I choose? If you just came in late, as you can see them right here, there's Zombie, Murder Rock, The Psychic, Don't Torture Duckling, and Lizard in a Woman's Skin. Every one of these films are fantastic. They're wonderfully done. I really think Murder Rock deserves a look that a lot of people really haven't seen that one in the way that they should, and it's such a fun film. But and A Lizard in Woman's Skin too. Like a lot of people pass on the Mondo stuff. Actually, I do like the Black Cat. It's been a long time since I've watched the Black Cat, Michelle. It's not my favorite of that set though. Your Vice is a locked door and only I have the key is my favorite in that in that set. Again, I think that's from the Balkan of that one. Maybe it is. I can't remember. But I do like it. I just haven't seen it in a while. What's Fulci's worst film? Fulci made a lot of movies and in a lot of different genres. So it's Arrow put it the Black Cat Dungeon. It was a part of a box set originally. But I'd have to be honest with you, I really don't know what I consider his worst film. Conquest isn't the greatest. A great cover, fantastic cover, but I wouldn't consider Conquest one of his best films. If I had to pick anything out, like if I was going to if I really want to pick something kind of out of the norm for Fulci, like to really kind of like to give you guys, if you want a 6th movie, like to really to look into that. I think that you want to see Fulci like doing some of his best work. The Chick, The Devil's Honey. and I'm not even joking. It's not a horror film. It is definitely a bit of a slow burn, but it's well done. It's exquisitely paced and shot. It's a very unique storyline, and it draws me in. And it's probably one of the most watched Fulcis. And shame on me for not putting it in the five for Fulci, but it's very different. These were like five, like I'm more like the horror giallo types, but is Joker really that good? It's okay. I wouldn't consider it like the great film of the year or anything like that. The Devil's Honey. It's a Severin film, Brian. It is not a. It's not a horror film. It's a very different film for Fulci, and it is a very very well done. And if he would have kept along that lines, I could have seen him kind of revitalizing his career in a different pattern. But he went back to what he was most known for, and went back into the horror, which was still fantastic, and he did some great stuff there. But I would have liked to have seen him push himself more out of his comfort zone and do what he did right there with the Devil's Honey. Strongly recommend it. As for asking me like if the Joker is a good film, like the liking of a film is going to be definitely subjective. For me, honestly, I think it's definitely well acted. I've seen better films this year than the Joker, or last year than Joker. And in my opinion, right, like it might be somebody's favorite film, and I don't want to like insult somebody's favorite film. For me, there was a bit of a been there, done that type of thing, but that's just me. And for somebody else, that can be like just this can be the fantastic film, the best film for them, or may spoke to them, or I like the fact that they deal with mental illness in it. I don't think it may have got across as much of what Todd Phillips wanted to get across. A bit of both, Dave. What draws me to release, with initially, to be completely honest with you, this lenticular shiny cover, as gimmicky as this is, that will initially draw me to this release. But it's the plethora of special features and the addition of a soundtrack. I find that I buy a lot more Severin stuff if I'm around, and a lot more Blue Underground stuff, because I find that a lot of them have soundtracks with them. And one of the best new features, if I had to pick a best new feature, like coming out in the last year or so, that is the addition of adding soundtrack CDs along with the movie releases. I think that's one of the greatest features that have been put out. I'm glad you like Malibu High, David, because that is one that I'm particularly a fan of. What do I like in a film? What draws me? It really depends. I mean, it depends on like the mood that I'm in. Some people are diehard horror fans. Some people like animation. I'm one of those weird kind of odd cats that likes all genres of film. There's not a genre. I don't think it's a genre that I actually don't enjoy, from drama to horror to mystery to war films to thrillers to film noir, giallo, that type of stuff. But it just really depends. I can go to a store and find a Shutter release, an inexpensive Shutter release, and kind of like be drawn into that. I want to see that, and I can go I go online and I can see something like the latest Doctor Who series release, series 14 coming out, and know that I have to own that. So it really depends. But for me, features are primarily are a big thing. I wanted to own the Spookies from Vinegar Syndrome because they did a great job with that film, but the Spookies became one that I would get on the next sale to one that I needed right away because of the features. There are 2 feature-length documentaries on the Spookies. To me, that automatically meant I had to buy that right away. because I love documentaries. I haven't seen 1917 yet. I hear great things about it. Same with Parasite. I've heard great things about Parasite as well. Those two, I've heard that too. I've heard that's a great film. I'm not too excited about the Oscars this year. There's not a lot that's excited me about that. But I'm sure 1817 would be a great film as well. But here we are back again in the cult of cinema. This isn't going to be a long video tonight because honestly, my voice is going. But if I make a promise to try and make a video for you guys, I do try to keep that promise. I may be a little late on some. Parasite looks really, really good. I've tried to stay away a lot from like spoilers and stuff in that film. The Fly 2, amazing. You got the Fly set, right? I got the original like MGM, like 2 special edition disc of the Fly, and they ported all the features and added a lot more onto the Scream Factory edition. But there's one particularly really good feature that I'm pretty sure is ported over, and you can verify this, Michelle. There's one that doesn't just talk about the Fly 2, it talks about every film in the Fly franchise. And that was really, really good. I initially bought the Fly 2 when it came out on special edition because I knew that I had the other Fly films on DVD, but none of the films had anything about the entire franchise. But the Fly 2 does. It goes into every one of the films from the original Fly right up to, the Cursed Fly, all of them. So when I go to Morocco again, I'll be doing some videos within in the condo. I'll be doing some videos outside as well. I think I've seen some of his stuff. Check it out. Oh, let me know because I'm kind of curious. I'm trying to see if I knew where my special edition of the Fly 2 was right now. I'd check it out as well. I'm sure it's probably with my MGM stuff. But what's happening right now, and I'm not sure if you guys can tell or not, I'm losing my voice. So, in a particularly short video, but a long time coming, happy 2020, guys. This is, I think, my first video of 2020 here in the Cult of Cinema. So hopefully I will be unboxing something soon with the official Cult of Cinema saber. And guys will be able to see this in use. I'm Aaron. Enjoy yourself some Fulci. Have a great evening. If it's cold and stormy where you're at, like it is right here, stay inside, stay safe, stay warm. For me, it truly is time for tea because my voice is really going. Have a great day. It's good to be back here talking to you guys. And you guys rock. You guys are awesome. I'm Aaron. This is the Movie Library. You are the Cult of Cinema. And I miss you guys. I really, really did. So lots more videos coming.